The way that you think about money will determine whether or not you ever become a millionaire. The most important thing to understand about money is that it's just a tool. Nothing more, nothing less. It's simply a piece of paper made from hemp with green ink on it, or it's an electronic number on your screen. That's all it is. Now, if you have a job where you handle cash all day, every day, then maybe it feels a little bit different to you. You can actually physically touch it, but for most people, they only see it once a month when they get paid. And even then, sometimes they don't even see it because it goes straight into an account. So what makes this piece of paper so powerful is the story we tell ourselves about it. The meaning that we assign to it. So in this video, I want to go over how millionaires think about money, and hopefully this will help you change your own mindset. No. 1. They don't think about it constantly. Have you ever found yourself thinking about money a lot? Maybe something like, when am I going to make enough money? When am I going to be rich? Or maybe you're thinking about a past mistake that cost you a lot of money. I wish I didn't do that. If I hadn't done that, then I would have this amount of money now. Or maybe you feel anxious and stressed out about money. A lot of us spend way too much time thinking about money, whether it is thinking about our past financial mistakes or worrying about our future finances or thinking about ways to make money. We spend a lot of time consumed by these thoughts. But here's the thing. Thinking about money does not make you any more money. In fact, it often has the opposite effect. I remember I used to spend a lot of time thinking about money and trying to figure out the fastest way to make money and trying to come up with all these ideas. But now, I hardly ever think about money at all. It's not because I don't care about money, but because I trust the work that I am doing and I know that everything will be okay in the end. This doesn't mean that I never worry about money or I never think about money. Sometimes when I see other people making a ton of money, I might think to myself, damn, I wish I was making that much money. But that's about it. I don't really think about it much at all. And this is one of the biggest differences between how normal people think about money and how millionaires think about money. Millionaires don't spend a lot of time thinking about money. They focus on the things that will move the needle, and then they trust that the money will follow. No. 2. They understand opportunity cost. I'm sure you've heard of opportunity cost before. It asks the idea that because we only have 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week and 365 days in a year, when we decide to do one thing, we can't also do something else at the same time. When I decide to sit down and make this video right now, I can't be spending time with my family or I can't be working on my product, whatever it is. There's always an opportunity cost. So when millionaires are thinking about making money, they always ask themselves, what is the opportunity cost? Like right now, I could be sitting here making this video, but instead, I'm choosing to spend time on growing my business. What is the opportunity cost of me doing this? How much money could I have made if I spent this time doing something else? So understanding opportunity cost helps them to focus on the things that will bring the biggest bang for their buck. For example, if you re a plumber and you charge $50 an hour and you work 5 days a week, that means you make $250,000 a year. Now let's say you decide to hire an assistant who charges you $20 an hour. At first, you might think, that doesn't make sense. I can't afford to pay someone else $20 an hour when I am making $50 an hour myself. But if you think about opportunity cost, it starts to make sense because that means that while your assistant is working, you can use that time to make more than $20 an hour. Because you're really not limited to the $50 an hour that you would be able to make if you were the one doing the work. No. 3. They make money, their friend. I love this mindset because it's the opposite of how most people think about money. Most of us think of money as something that we need to work hard to get, and it is a scarce resource. Because if we spend money, then there's less money left. So we try to hold on to it as tightly as possible. But the way that most people think about money is actually a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if we think of money as something that is scarce and we need to work really hard to get, then guess what? We gonna work really hard to get it. And we not gonna have much fun along the way. But if we start thinking of money as something that is abundant and we have lots of it and we can instantly make more, then guess what? Our behavior changes. We start to spend more freely. We invest more. We take more risks and we're willing to learn new skills. And this is exactly how millionaires think about money. They make money, their friend. They understand that there is plenty of money out there for everyone and there is no reason to be scared of it or to hold on to it tightly. Instead, they look for ways to use money to make more money. and they enjoy the process of making money. They celebrate their successes and they learn from their failures. Which leads us to know 4. They don't fear losing money. I remember back in 2019, I was making a decent income. I was making around $20,000 a month, and at the time, I had around $20,000 in the bank, and I remember thinking to myself, man, if I lost all of this money, I would be screwed. I would have to go back to living in my mama's basement, and I would not be able to buy all the things that I want to buy. But then I realized that this fear that I had of losing money was actually stopping me from making more money. I was so scared of losing money that I wasn't investing in myself. I wasn't taking risks, and I wasn't putting myself out there, because if I did those things and I failed, then I would lose money. But if I didn't do those things and I played it safe, I would also lose money. It was a lose-lose situation. And this is when I decided to change my mindset about money. I decided to start seeing money as a tool to be used and not as something to be hoarded. I started investing in myself and taking risks and putting myself out there. And guess what happened? I started making more money. I started making around $50,000 a month. And now I am making around $100,000 a month. And I do not think about money at all. This is because I've learned to make money, my friend, and I do unfear losing money anymore. I understand that losing money is a natural part of the process, and I am not afraid to take risks. No, they focus on providing value. The way that most people think about money is that it's something that is earned through hard work. And while hard work is definitely required to become a millionaire, it's not the only thing that's required. The other thing that's required is providing value. You can work super hard at something that provides no value to anyone, and guess what? You're not going to make any money. But if you can find a way to provide value to other people and you work hard at that, then you'll be able to make money. And this is what millionaires understand. They focus on providing value. They always looking for ways to help other people, and they willing to put in the hard work required to do that. This might mean reading tons of books to learn new skills, or talking to experts, or trying new things. Whatever it takes, they're willing to do it because they understand that providing value is the only way to make money. If you want to become a millionaire, then you need to start thinking like one. This means not thinking about money all the time, understanding opportunity costs, making money your friend, not fearing losing money, and focusing on providing value. If you can do these 5 things, then you'll be well on your way to becoming a millionaire. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, then please leave a like and subscribe.